Hey everyone, welcome back. Really nice setup today. We're gonna have a nice dinner party tonight. I got some friends coming over. We're gonna make some dishes. Yeah, look at that. Nice fresh green herbs, you know, a little burnt smoked garlic. Ooh, very nice. I like this. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. You wanna stay tuned? I've got no booze. It's on its way. It's gonna be fun. All right. So, got a dinner party tonight, and let me just move the mic a little bit. Oh, no. So, I got a dinner party tonight, having some friends over. I'm sorry, I actually have friends. I know I lied. I'll be your friend. Call me. We'll hang out. We'll go do friend things. Oh, yeah, I have to cook dinner. So, what we're gonna do last night, well, last night, got some beautiful little black sardines that I found in the market. So just gut them, take out all the little, all the insides, the inside. And then we fillet them, we clean. I don't take out the bone now because I think it'll make the sardines mushy. So I always clean them the day before I use. Ideally, you want to buy fish that's fresh off the. I'm doing this. I'm sorry. You want to do. You want fish that's really fresh. The whole point of seafood is its freshness. I think that's kind of the one. It's like you eat beef, and the point of beef is. Yeah, that's a very bad comparison. The whole point of seafood is it's its freshness. The moment you pull it out of the water, I mean, it's gone. It's like it's not gonna be as good. So I am a strong believer that if you wanna, it's really hard to like, it's really hard to clean this sardines. I thought it would be easier. I think maybe I got different sardines from somewhere, but so you see. You want to get as much bones out, depending on how much you like your friend. I like them very much, so I wouldn't want them to choke. That would be. I don't think that would be what I want. Let me just move this shit out of the way. I felt like the last video I just cursed way too much. Probably, yeah, it was probably the vodka. It was probably the vodka that did that. I think. I actually do curse quite a bit, but setting in place, like I don't want to be the guy that's like single-handedly normalizing being said on the internet. Well, I could be, like I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's an expression of language in the sense. Like the more you think a word is vulgar, the more it becomes vulgar. I think I don't see saying as something bad. Everyone always gets offended. I mean, no, not really. I don't. They think like I'm insulting them. So like people take it very personal. When in fact, like I'm not even being personal. No. Oh, this what happens. This what happens when you're not all there. Sometimes, man. Sometimes you wake up in places and you don't know how you get there. It's this, man. It's stuff like this. This is why your family's worried about you. You know. So funny thing. I was trying to edit the first video. Obviously, said I'm not gonna edit it, but you know, I changed my mind. I figured two hours of just like static brain rot would be too much for anyone, so I reduced it to a reasonable hour. 1 in 20 minute for real. So don't take my word for it. Anyway, I should tell you what I'm doing. So these sardines, after you clean them, rinse them, remove the tiny scales, Use the back of a spoon or a back of a spatula because that helps. You don't want it to use the back of a knife because you don't. I don't like it when people use the back of knives to do things because then you have like a giant sharp edge pointing at you, and everyone's all like, "Oh yeah, it's not gonna happen to me," and um, yeah, it's maybe not, but I've seen some really gruesome accidents from people getting bumped in kitchens, and yeah, use your imagination there. Blade facing upwards towards you. Yeah, you don't want anyone walking behind you when you're doing that. I'm just saying, just saying. All these guys I see, if you like having a stomach that's closed, I think that's a good idea. So I clean, and after they clean, I don't debone them yet. I don't pin bone them because what I want to do is, oh, I gotta go faster. Because if you try pulling out all the meat now, what's gonna happen is, you see how it's a bit more firm? Yeah. So you pull it out now. You pull the little bones out now. What's gonna happen is it's gonna be mushy and it's just gonna rip through the sardines. I like sardines a lot. I know it has a reputation for being like, peasant food. As you can see in the last episode, I am a peasant. I like peasant things. Cabbage, sardines, Miss me with that fucking caviar and wagyu, man. Like miss me with that shit, dude. Hell no. I'll catch a fade. And every time someone says shit like that, they're like, "Oh, I only eat this kind of pork. I only eat wagyu beef." Well, I only want to be around people who aren't fucking idiots. But a different perspective is important. People teach you different things, so I can't say everyone's an idiot, right? Everyone's got something to teach you. Anyway, rant again. After you sort of clean all this, then you salt cure it. If you want to be precise, I'd say go like 0.5% of salt, 0.5%, because the 0.5% is just going to help pull out any excess moisture on the fish, which, fish come, fishes live in the wetland, the land that's wet. We call it the ocean. So the ocean has a lot of water. So as high quality seafood usually should be dry. Uh, well, not according to my therapist, but it's going to firm up the flesh of the meat, and you can see how it's like a lot shinier and not like mushy and wet. And that's what salt curing does. It firms up the fish, brings out a better texture and more defined texture. Actually, a lot better in my opinion. I tend to make sure a lot of my fishes are cured. They're lightly cured or they're at least a little bit air dried because yeah, uh, I just find any sort of seafood, if you just take a period of curing lightly and just sort of letting it sit brine, or prawns benefit from being brined. I know that much. And you want an equilibrium brine so you don't change the texture and introduce too much liquid. Yeah, that's it. And show's over. Go home. Yeah, don't. What are you still doing here? You've got people who care about you. Go back to them. Leave me alone. I'm. Can't see I'm working. Jeez, the respect, the disrespect. Honestly, where do you get off? I'll get you off. The So like, yeah, before I end up making another 5 hour video, well, yeah, I was watching a video last night, and I realized, a lot of people from not, past my generation have been exposed to a lot of Matrix. You know the Matrix, right? 1998. Keanu Reeves, John Wick. John Wick being Keanu Reeves. That's what I think. No one knows who Neo is anymore. That movie, frankly, changed my life as a kid. I think I watched it so much Everyone around me was confused as to what the movie was about. But yeah, that's kind of the age I figured out. People can't, you know, they struggle with large, complex ideas. But I loved it. I think I was like, let's see, I was like maybe 10, 11 years old. Yeah. And I love the Matrix. I love the concept. At 10 years old, like being introduced to this idea that we be living in a simulated world. Simulacra and simulation or one of those things. That book by that guy. I mean, it's really heavily inspired, but it speaks about really, really interesting ideas, especially these days. When everyone's like, escape the matrix, red pill. And I find that like something common among oh god, something very common with young men these days. And look. If there's any young men watching this, and uh, wait. It's hard to speak to young men and clean fish, but if there's any like troubled young men, boys, you feel like you need to be a part of something that this tribal sort of idea of what men are, where it's a boys club where we all, if we don't pick on people and women are objects. No, that's not right, boys. That's not how it goes. You see, don't get red pilled, because what you want is what you're looking for is purpose and responsibility. And then these guys come along and then they tell you, hey, you're lonely, you got no friends, they're picking on you. You're their prey. That's what they want. They can't deal with men like me who's gonna be like, no, I don't believe you have to be a certain way to be considered a man. I'm born a man. I can transition into a walrus. I don't want to, but I'm a man, and I don't believe in those values being spouted. Right? I don't believe what's the guy again? What's his what? That the shit. Andrew Bakes. Oh no, Tate. Yes, the guy that looks like Mr. Potato on steroids with you know Mr. Potato grew up in Mr. Potato and didn't go to school and became a grifter and sort of yeah, he's a grifter, guys. Like don't listen to that because let me tell you right now, macho masculineness, like the I'm Mr. Big Boy, and all that gets defeated by a knife. So it doesn't matter how macho you are, because in the situations where the macho-ness actually matters, or like let's say you're defending someone or you're trying to protect someone, a weapon's always going to be better. And so your idea of like this toxic masculinity being macho, because that's what women want. Women want stability and men they can rely on. I think that's reasonable. And there are people out there, man. There are people out there poisoning your mind, telling you that this is how a man should be. There is no way a man should be. You know what's a man? It's, penis, balls. You know that the shaft and the that I think well, in some context that really make you a man if you're you know transsexual. And forget I said all that. I think yeah. Yeah, what makes a man? I mean, like, yo, macho-ness. Your no. Go read stories of of the past. Where they talk about heroic men who were guys who were Greek heroes, like that the guy who like likes little boys. I think they all do, but that's not the point. Achilles, example. I think bad example. Uh, Probably not Achilles, but I'm not doing a good job at this. I'm not giving a job giving like positive male role models, which is it's kind of the problem. Can you imagine? I'm gonna smoke the sardines, and then you're gonna see how I'm gonna do it. So they go in. They don't need to be like, perfect, because if you layer them like super nice, the smoke's not gonna catch them. Only in the home, of course, not professionally, because we got racks for that. But we're gonna smoke them, and I got a little smoking gun. Hey, hold on. Let me get all my. Oh my god, I can't keep living like this, man. It's like the labyrinth in my kitchen. It's like the labyrinth. All right, so I got a little bit of hickory, and we got the. Oh yeah, you know, having a failed business has its perks. It has its perks. But yeah, what am I? What am I? Well, where was I? There's no guys. You've been lied to. There's no image of a man. There's no like. There's an archetype of masculinity, and positive masculinity isn't about domination. Good masculinity, toxic masculinity does exist. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been in those situations where, oh, I mean, like, and boys talk is for me. I didn't. I have a lot of like male friends growing up, because that's what you do, right? When you're young, you you have friends similar gender, you know. Uh, yeah. But then what you realize is, so you turn this on here, and then oh, that's hot. So I had a lot of friends in high school. Obviously, guys, right? If you had a lot of girlfriends in high school, everyone would think you're, a player or something. I don't know. I wasn't very social in high school, but yeah, no, I was a nerd and a geek. I didn't say I'm not a nerd and a geek anymore, but still am. Yeah, so we smoke them. We probably have to do this like two, three times. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I got I'm smoked out. Let me just. Oop. But yeah, I was in high school, and when you acted a certain way that didn't fit, you act a certain way that doesn't fit the way boys are supposed to be, and all that, and then you get bullied. You get this, and so I'm trying to spread some little positivity here. You don't need to be like that. It takes every different person in the world to make it interesting. If everyone was the same and all men were just the same, they'd all just be in the gym working out, and we wouldn't have cars. Like, we wouldn't have gyms, because people wouldn't have figured out construction, but they would have figured out steroids probably. So we'll all be like in the gym world, where everyone's just like pumping iron and then killing themselves and having like little tiny goals. It's like that the world would end, because we gotta do some work at least. So let's see what we're gonna do first. Got a cucumber salad. I got the sardines smoking. Cucumber salad can't be made too early, but I'm gonna make a nice dip. Boys, men, you can be however you want. You can like Pokemon. Remember this: free will exists. I like. I'm like the biggest nerd about black holes. Once I got, you know, this was years ago. We got so messed up. I was with this American guy, and we got so drunk and so wasted. And I was in his apartment. He had a little dabbing rig. Those who know. You know. And I was just there talking his head off, his face off, about black holes for maybe 5 hours or 2 hours. I'm sorry, Peter, but I'm glad that's not happening anymore for you. But yeah, so I'm a nerd, geek, or whatever you wanna, you know, noodle eater. But I'm also a pretty big guy. So at some point, I realized I can be a nerd and also break your face. I can read I can be a complete nerd about something, but I also know how to kick ass. And this is where what I'm trying to say. Being masculine does not make you a man. Being able to care, provide, and protect those weaker than you is probably what makes you a man. I'm just saying. If you disagree, you're allowed to disagree. Remember, you forgot that. You can actually say no. I don't believe that, and do your own thing, as long as it's not something that's hurting other people. That's fine. So, boys, anyone who's listening to this, your gender war isn't real. It's fabricated. It's made to distract you from the real thing. Um, you know how everything is going really bad. That's all a distraction. You know, that's how they get you. That's how they're telling you, hey, women don't want to date you because women only want men like Andrew Tate, or they want billionaires and they're gonna. No, no, I don't believe in that. The majority of social media is covered by these people, yes. And they're the loudest because they've got something to profit off. They profit off this shit. They profit off the fact that you're divided. Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, all these apps. I mean, look, why would I? What's my incentive here for you to go onto Tinder? I'm the guy who runs it. What's my incentive of you getting off the platform? How would I benefit if you actually found your soulmate? You'd uninstall the app, and then I'd lose like a permanent customer. Think carefully, guys. Think. I've dated a lot of women. I'm not saying I'm something something. I've dated a lot of women. Been in a lot of places, so you gotta taste the local cuisine. And look, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, as long as you're not lying and you're not cheating anyone, and most of all, you're not insinuating anything else. If people understand what you're getting themselves into, and then they regret it afterwards, that's not your fault. You can, be a good person and listen to them. People have emotions, but it's not your fault. And I know that being a man is very lonely. And frankly speaking, as much as women say, patriarchy, and you're not the ones benefiting from the system, and we know it. But I'm not here advocating. Is there a man feminism? Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not here advocating for just like, oh, men, it's your fault. And no, we're advocating for individual responsibility. We're advocating for accountability. Men, don't listen, boys. Don't listen to the shit you see on Instagram of them telling you, this is what's happening. Oh, I don't care about men. That's one lady, and she's probably a bot. You know, like those comments are all probably bots, and they're talking with you to get the engagement because they want to, screw with you and get the engagement. The engagement, I think that's the real thing that's going on. Maybe there's actually no people are being manipulated and they don't even know it, because I have known many women. I've dated many women too. Some terrible, some exceptionally terrible, and some exceptionally amazing women, which I regret leaving, or maybe the timing wasn't right, or maybe I wasn't right, And I reflect on that and I look at that and I go, no, yes, I am the common denominator in most of this, but I do also have a very demanding career. Well, I used to. Now I'm just this guy. And that's kind of it. Life's complicated and complex. And if you think someone can tell you that this is the way you go, there's only this or this. No, there's this. If you get what I mean, there's always another way to do something. When someone's limiting your options, they're gaslighting you. They're not telling you there's this or this. These always existed. but he's just showing you this. So don't fall for it. Don't believe it. These are screw chilies. I'm sorry, I just went like get used to it. Screw chilies, we seed them because I like them a lot. Spicy, they have like a bell pepper, but spicy. Usually, a lot of chilies just have a bit of spice. This has a nice amount of spice. I like it. I'm gonna make a dip out of it. So I got that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. He's back. She, it, they, Apache helicopter. I'm making something like a dip that comes from Indonesia. It's inspired, of course, so Mexican, I think. Oh, these days I no longer know what I'm cooking. It's just a feel. I just look at things and I do it. I don't know if you can see there. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, go away. Yeah, about to yeah. It's a phenomenon, guys. It's a phenomenon with me. It's my phenomenon. We talked about this. We talked about this, man. I took time out of my day. Like we said about see I just don't know how to use it properly. Green tomatoes and seven. They add, first of all, tartness, yes, but they also add a lot of umami, and that's one of the reasons why green tomatoes for me are delicious. I usually take this part out because we don't want it. I didn't know. I read somewhere that green tomatoes are poisonous if you eat them raw. So I should be dead. So, well, a lot of things are trying to kill me. Yeah. Life's challenging sometimes. Now, I'm sorry, guys. Like, no, we'll get rid of that. If anybody saw or wonder why that's not in there, give me some time to not, you know, shh. Green tomatoes. It's a lot of green stuff today, right? But yeah, yeah, it's still good. Now, same thing again. Last time I would, but this time I would, because we want to roast them up. Ooh, it's still shandy. Be right back. Alright. Took a nice little bath. Something like this, I guess. We just want to roast them, and then all of this is going to go and get pounded. Pounded. Yo, this knife is like really sharp. I'm really afraid I'm gonna cut myself. Answer me. So back to leaving the matrix. Stop. You're leaving the matrix because what? The matrix sucks. There's no matrix. This is all we have. Stop being dickheads. Stop being dickheads. Stop being dickheads. It's a bad idea. Men, we're smarter than this. I know it's lonely. I know it's hard. Everyone's telling you you're getting people. It's hard. Look, I get it. Every human being just wants a fulfilling life. It's obvious. Or unless you're Elon Musk, Bezos. Those are not normal people. Every every day I'm gonna stop it. We're just normal people, guys. We just kind of want to live our life. Make sure people around us is safe, happy. We want to be happy. We want to be safe. We want to be content. And then there are people who want everything for themselves. They don't believe that other people deserve it. These people are wrong. Onion. They're telling you to be selfish. They're telling men to be just fucking dickheads. You. That's not what it works. That's not how it works, guys. We have our hopes. We have our dreams. I understand that. We have people who we want to become, and people who we don't want to become. And growing up's confusing, especially now. Oops. Or especially now. It's a tough one to navigate. Like all the advice that we have for all the young kids All the advice we have for young kids are old and they don't work anymore because, grandpa didn't consider having the ability to, look up gay men around his house or femboys, 24 hours a day. The world has fundamentally changed and we need new values and new advice. And if you notice, these red pill guys, the Tates of the world, they're just preaching to you shit that people were saying before. So even the extreme, if you think you're right, like maybe he's right, but even the extreme shit that he's spouting is like no longer relevant. You know, it's like he's just using shit from the past, repackaging it. It's not coming up with new values. Even the fact that let's try to be objective here and go like, okay, every system, every person's maximizing their ability to survive and be have potential and all that, right? That dude's not even you know he's a grifter. He's not doing anything. He's just taking your money. He's not even coming up with original ideas. Like no nuance in thought. Like it's all like, where's your Bugatti? It's like bro, I don't want a Bugatti. Like I've been in a Bugatti. Like I've been in a Bugatti. I've been in a Pagani. I've lived in been on those $500 million yachts. I don't want that. I don't want a Bugatti. So what else are you gonna offer me? Women? Women with toxic, narcissistic attitudes? That's women I don't want in my life. That's people I don't want in my life. He's offering you something that's not gonna give you a fulfilling life. That's the problem. You're always gonna go back for that hit because he's not giving you a system that works. Every time it stops, you gotta go get a hit. And then you're on a fume and then you go get a hit. And he's not showing you something important. They're not showing you what's important. They're not telling you family is important. They're telling you to oppress, dominate, you know, push people down. You must dominate them in order for you to have a voice. No, no. Boys, that's no. Strength comes in calmness, consistency, and restraint. Restraint. Might does not make right. We know that. So you've forgotten things because you're frustrated and you're angry and you want a way out. I totally get it. But that's not the way you escape the matrix. The matrix is inside you. The matrix is not outside, it's inside. The matrix is inside your head, and that's the code and the programming that's been given to you since you're young. The ways to behave, the ways to look, the things to like, that's the matrix. You've been lied to all along. Wow. Go watch it. Go watch The Matrix. Go watch The Matrix. It's still relevant today. I've watched it 6 billion times. I might go watch it again tomorrow night. That sounds like a good idea. Anyway, I'm talking about this because, friends are coming over, high school friends. We haven't seen each other in a long time. Very good people. What else do I have to do? Mint. I like mint. I like mint. Take some mint. No, the mint goes into the cucumber salad, you jackass. We're making something. We're going off the rails here. Hey, these are black garlic from. They're not black garlic. These are roasted garlic, I think. That's how you say it. Burnt garlic. The Chinese use them a lot. And honestly, they're a bit more expensive, but I kind of like them because what happens when you smoke them is you create the shell, and if you cook at home and you can afford, you don't want your garlic going off. You don't want your this way stops the garlic from going bad really fast. I'm sure it's because of these. Like and they also choose nicer garlic, so you don't have to deal with like the tiny ones. You get bigger ones. But god damn. But yes, gentlemen, yes. We don't need to behave that way. We really don't. Strength comes from restraint, boys. That's what evolution's about. That's what it means to have a civilized society. So I'm going to do this now and you can see it. I think that's good. I think that's all we need. Let's see what we have in the secret boxes of I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil, of course. No, we're gonna cook them, so we don't want to use the good stuff. Use the cheap stuff. And my personal favorite fish sauce ever is this. If you want to give me a sponsor, we'll take it. We'll take it. But I think this is better than. Please don't hate me for saying this. I love Thailand a lot, but I think the Vietnamese make better fish sauce, and I've tested it. I've bought your generic brand Thai fish sauce, and then I bought the generic brand Vietnamese fish sauce. Vietnamese is better in the baseline. Obviously, when you go up to the fancy aged 2, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, um, everything doesn't matter anymore there because it's just good. So this is for value for money. The quality of what you get for what you buy, fantastic. I love these, and it's so clean. Look at the color. It looks like cognac or brandy. Well, cognac smell like ass, but you know, yeah. If you can get this, and this one's um I can't speak Vietnamese. I think it says less salt. Oh, I keep hitting everything, destroying things before they even you know Chinese black vinegar. No, that's gonna be for the dressing. No, keep changing my mind. Let's use some Chinese cooking one. Xiaoxing. Oh, Xiaoxing. Huatiao. Good stuff. It's like sherry. It's like Chinese. This is for me Chinese sherry. Adds adds a lot of body. Adds a lot of nice notes, complex notes that you wouldn't otherwise get for the price point, especially. Like sherry is not that cheap here. Alright, so we've got the ingredients ready. I've got this. Now let's go. Let's clean some parsley. It's scientifically proven, by the way, guys. You know what makes you happy? The relationships you have with people, not money. It's been proven time and time again. These studies are just never popular because people aren't looking for them. The studies show very clearly that material wealth objectively does not make it better for you. And you may not believe me, and you think there might be some psyop. It's up to you guys. I know I made different choices, and I've been there. I've been where you've been. I've never been red pilled. I've always had a very healthy relationship with women. In not my ex girlfriends, but my view towards women. I always thought I've never seen. I do a lot of housework, even in relationships. I don't expect a woman to do it. Maybe it's just because I cook for a living, right? So I'm like, no, you're not cleaning it that way. No, you're not cooking it that way. Like the kitchen's always my responsibility anyway. It's always just what I like doing anyway. I love cooking for my partners. When I'm not exhausted and want to blow my brains out, of course. So over that's over the last couple of years that's been kind of rare. So let's put these right here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I've got no recipes. I'm literally just making this up as I'm going, like for real. This is how I cook a lot, and I kind of enjoy it. When you've got a good team and those guys are supporting you, I always kind of go off the rails with my regulars in my restaurants when I used to run them, and then just make stuff that no one would ever see in the menus because I can't sell them on the regular menu. When you got a good team and they're supporting you, they know the core and they're doing what they're supposed to do, and then you get to play and then you get to like go around and like make crazy shit, and that's how you discover things, and that's how you make like crazy memories for people in restaurants. It's not just this perfectly curated thing. Sometimes a surprise, a show, a little bit of panache and pizzazz and all that kind of stuff. People go out because they want to have a good time. Even if they're going there to eat your food in your restaurant and you're a good chef, they're still going there. The whole point of it is to have a good time. Your food is supposed to give them the good time, but the whole point is, yeah, they're having a good time. It's not about you. But yes, man, it's not about just you. It's about us. It's about us as a species We should not be hating on women. They are shitty women. I will never doubt that. I have had the personal experience of being with some of them. And I have been a shitty guy, and I don't want to be a shitty guy. And I'm sure there are guys out there who have been shitty guys who are like, no, I wasn't aware of what I was doing. Now I'm aware. I'm going to make changes. And then there are people who are thinking about being shitty guys. And the shit wheel, guys, the shit, it just keeps on perpetuating, and then no one's happy. You can have male friends that you've known for 20 years that you can't tell them that you're depressed because they might look at you and think that, you know, like that's weird. That's really weird. You've known someone for like 15 years and you can't be honest with them because you're afraid they might think you're less of a man. Yo, that makes no sense. Let's see if it makes no sense, guys. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. If I had a friend I've known for years, decades, which I do, and I can't be like, life's been kicking me down recently, I'm feeling sad, and if he goes like, oh man, all you need to do is go get some tail and a Bugatti, and you'll be okay. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm not his friend anymore, man. I don't want to go get fucked. I don't want to be around that. What are we doing? Let's go do the cucumbers. I think that would be good. Let's go do the cucumbers. Cucumber. And I get it. I've been saying a lot of things about guys, and I understand if I feel a bit offended. I'm not trying to come after you that way. Like I said, life is complicated. And if you think one person's going to give you all the advice you need for the rest of your life, no, you got to come up with your own ideas, man. You got to figure out shit yourself. These are really nice cucumbers. I like them very much. They're not as stringently. When you eat some cucumbers and they make your little mouth feel like, oh, yeah. I like them. They're very sweet. They're very mild. So fresh. So fresh. Delicious. Anyway, yeah, I'm not blaming guys. I'm not saying we're a part of where our problems are systemic, just like women. We're just a lot more physically stronger and as the species. And that's, I think, is the reason why a lot of systems so-called favor men, even though men have more suicide rates, they're in prison more. Mental health for men is terrible. And then I get it, and then you go out, and then someone comes along, and they're like, "You're benefiting from the system, mother. How dare you?" And you're just like, "Well, I'm not. I'm depressed. I'm broke. I've been exploited as much as you have been, and I'm privileged." That you know what that does? That creates alienation, and that creates resentment. And when you have resentment, especially with things like this, and it's a resentment against a collective, a group of people, because of a few individuals. Yeah, you don't want to go there, man. You have to be logical about it. You have to be like, hold on, is everyone there like this? Or have I met women who have been kind to me? Women have been good to me. Like I said, they're terrible women. I've dated some of them. If you can't do whatever you want and be truthful to someone about your intentions without them, a normal person getting upset, your intentions are probably not good, just saying. If you can't go up on the street and be like, I want to date men just for their money and I don't care about it. And same goes to men as well. I want to date a person, I want to date a lady who's beautiful, who's got a rocking body. I don't care if she's dumb, and I don't care if she cares about the children that I'm with. And you know what? I don't care about children as well. But you start realizing, like, oh, wait, I can't say these things out loud. And then you're the problem. If you can't go in public and just speak your mind about what you want from a relationship, really, truly, how you see a relationship. You can't go and be like, men are just there to do what I want, or women are just there to fulfill my needs. And, without everyone looking at you weird, you're the problem. And perhaps realize don't be that way. Just don't be that way. There's nothing wrong with you in a sense, but, realize, have awareness I'm getting too real, guys. I need some of that alcohol. Well, I went downstairs. They delivered me the booze. Well, I guess it's gonna be fun. Well, no, got friends coming over. I can't get too, sloshed. Gotta be responsible. Yeah. Yeah. That hits the spot. Oh, I'm gonna show you something. Ow. Ooh, that's hot. So I got in my oven 2 pieces of, pork shoulder that I sliced up. Well, big slice. And these boys have been sitting in my oven since the morning. And my oven's just set to like, I don't know, 80 degrees, 85 degrees. And it's just sitting there, taking in like slowly cooking. Oh, that's really, oh, ouch. And like, ah! So yeah, that's just like going for like, it's been about 8 hours, 85 degrees. The night before, just salt. Oh my God. MSG, salt. And just let them sit on a rack in your chiller overnight. And then they'll dry cure or dry brine. And then what you're going to get is then when you put it in the oven really slowly, it's just going to become like this beautifully juicy pork loin, real crispy skin, super rendered fat. It's going to be delicious. So the idea would be like the pork would be with this little dip thing. And then we have a cucumber salad. And then I'll make a little sort of Chinese, Cantonese inspired. Well, the Cantonese don't have smoked sardines, but the flavor is inspired by a Cantonese dish. And some rice because we gotta have rice. No rice, no life. Yeah, I think this is good. I think we can peel them. So yeah, I mean, look, I've been going on and on and on about gender wars and like all that shit. It's just dumb. Where we shouldn't be enemies. Male and female should not be enemies, dude. We should not be fighting each other. Literally, that's not what Mother Nature wants you to do. Mother Nature wants you to be happy together. You know, it's artificial what's being done. Yeah, it's societal manipulation. It's narrative control. People are upset at things, and then they're trying to make sure there's a specific subgroup or target of a group of, especially usually it's women in many parts of the in history has shown us, witch trials and possessions and not the good stuff. And look, that girl walking down the street, she wants the same thing you do. She wants to be safe. She wants to be loved. That's all I'm saying. That's kind of why I started this like rant and talk about shit like this. People don't care, like it's everyone for themselves. Like, yo, husband and wives are think it's a game against like their husband and wives are ganging up against each other. What the what's up with that? You that's your wife, like that's your husband. Like you shouldn't be villainizing him. You shouldn't be villainizing her. But like, yo, I think you guys lost the plot. You guys lost the plot. People's lost the plot, and everyone's just like, what's going on with AI? Hey, ChatGPT help me, make me happy, and it gives you a recipe for like chlorine gas, right? So we got the garlic. We want about I think one, a little bit bigger than before. That'll be in the cucumber salad. I think these will get roasted. Oh, that means I need more. God damn it! Means I need more garlic. Trying to make Oh, I do not have enough. Yo. Japanese spinach. I really like Japanese spinach. Like I said, like I'm triggering a lot of Japanese chefs, but I love you guys. Your dedication, the single-minded focusedness towards perfection and refinement. I really respect that. That's why I make fun of these of sushi chefs and Japanese chefs so much. It's admirable what they do, but too much just kind of go over the edge, and then they just get cooked. And then I think that's the only thing that matters. It's like bro, you haven't touched your wife in like 6 months. I like this spinach. I'm gonna do a little. I think the rest I'll keep for tomorrow. I'm making a beef stew for my friend, where he likes those Chinese Szechuan hot pots. And we went out the other day, and oh my god, this fucking guy. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna eat that," and I'm like, "Oh no, 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 you can't. I can't do that. I can't. I'm like, it's gonna mess my stomach up. It's gonna screw up my whole everything up." It's like, "No, you're gonna have the beef stew, the soup. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it." Mind you, this is after like maybe 3 drinks, and you know how alcohol and Sichuan food not friends that way. They're just not friends that way. Like how some people just don't mix. Yeah, like it's yeah. Like alcohol and 18 wheelers, they don't mix. So it's kind of something like that. And then we order, and this giant pot of like beef stew shows up, and I was like, oh boy, this is it. You know, I spent the next day on my toilet for I mean, no joke. I 2 hours just trying to figure out up from down, and I could hear the voices and the flashbacks coming, and it's just like they're punishing me. They're going like, "What are you doing? Why did you do this to yourself? No, 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 no! You shouldn't be doing this." And then it's just like blind light. Like you just see flashes of light every time it hits in when you're in the bathroom, and you're just like, "Oh my god!" And then it's just regret and regret. And I think if I have anything to do and anything to regret in this life is the amount of Sichuan hot pots I've eaten. Maybe that's the only thing I'll regret in my life. I should eat less of it. When you learn something's not good for you. I don't mean like, oh, I'm gonna get like Chipotle, and like that thing is fundamentally just gonna destroy you every time you eat. Like you might get maybe 5 minutes of enjoyment from it before you start realizing, and you think about you're eating dinner and all you can think about is tomorrow, right? What's happened? Well, oh no, like those meetings are gonna be rescheduled. Like I'm not going to see my kids perform, my kids soccer practice. Like no, no. You see how much those Szechuan hot pots take away from you. Take away a lot from your life. Give you a good it's like 5 minutes. Where it's good, and that's an analogy for a lot of things in life. I'm not like what do you want from me? What do you want from me? I'm just a guy cooking. Like goddamn, why are you listening to me? So spinach goes in the bowl. There you go. Like I haven't eaten today, and that was this is the first thing. That's why if you see like my speech starting to like get like all weird. Oh yeah, they're coming. It's coming, and you don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. All right, now. Oh God, being alive is so difficult. I joke with my girl a lot about. She's like, well, what are your dreams? If you had nothing in the world you had to worry about, like the big sleep. My longing for empty void, the vast empty void, the darkness. When you look into it and nothing looks back. Oh, when you go to sleep and then the moments where you wake up in the void and you're just like, oh, is this what it feels like? You have like, it's like, oh, I know. Like taxes don't exist here. Taxes don't exist here. No, there's no nukes here. It's just a big nothing. Oh, I look forward to that. I'm not suicidal. I do crave. I do crave for. Oh, like Lacan said. Like Lacan, the philosopher, he said, "Oh, I do crave for it so much." And I'm so aware of it. It's a time when you can stop being anything and you just exist. Keep meditation. If any of you ever done it, you should. Meditation is really good. And I'm the guy who's like, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm like, guys, if you take some good care of yourself, your mental health will also improve. So you see me doing this, yeah, I'm drinking, look at how much vegetables I'm eating. Look at how much whole proteins I'm eating. Like I know where my limits are, like I know where like I know where here's bad and I know here's we don't go there, we don't talk about that. But we stay around here, like you don't stay here, you stay here. So when shit comes and push comes to shove, you have this much room. Because when you go here, you can't be this way for more. If you start be in this zone for like a couple of months or years, you're dead. So you're gonna stay here. Well, it's obviously like I don't have enough money to get like a proper camera, so this is yeah, like that. Yeah, my fingers are gonna get busted. Oh, somewhere around there. Be healthy and be unhealthy. Like, it's okay. It's life. You're meant to experience it. If you wanna go out and have some fun and do crazy things, sure. But then you got shit to do tomorrow, and you got people who love you, and you be irresponsible responsibly. I think that's fine. I think it's fine to be irresponsible responsibly. Just I'm not driving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just in my kitchen. Very 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 sharp knives and so dangerous for myself. I'm such a danger to myself. But cucumber is really good. I'm not doing any work. My friends are gonna be so disappointed. They're gonna show up and I'm like, "Hey, where's all the food?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. You like, let's just eat some of these. Like let's just eat like some of these." Right? I can't count. I can't do that. I can't do that to my friends. That's pretty good. I know I said like some of my food tastes pretty good, but try biting into a giant root of coriander. It's pretty nice. We have to smoke this. I keep forgetting. Move the knives away. Move the knives away. All right, we're back. No. Yeah. I rant a lot. Yeah, I can like speak for hours. I can probably speak for like hours and hours without stopping. And then just hey, come on. Where is the smoke? There's no smoke. It's all it's a psyop. It's a fucking psyop. I think I ran out of wood. Sometimes we run out of wood, guys. Sometimes we run out of wood. Oh, it's working now. I was afraid, It was terrified of me. Or this stuff is hitting me a lot faster than the vodka. I think because I had breakfast the last video. I really should get beer. I think beer is probably like too much. I think beer is probably like the best like form where I don't start slurring my words and yeah, I mean, like, I still want to have the dinner party, man. Like, I don't think we should be alive like this. This is next level. God. Ah. Oh, shit. First time I showed one of my staff the little smoking gun, and they were like, have you used it to, like, smoke some, And I'm like, just like, dude, what happened to, like, normal ways of consuming, like, intoxicants? Why do we gotta, like, like, mainline everything these days, like you want to shove like little repositories like cocktails, your like, is that what's changing the bar scene? Like new bar scenes, just no one's going to be drinking anymore. Everyone's just going to shove like little repositories up your little, and then that's it, and then that's the new bars of the future, right? And then when the cops come after you, because they can't do the breathalyzer, right? You can't do like, the breathalyzer, you can't breathe. And if the cops of the future, in order to test whether you're drunk, they're gonna have to probe you anally. I don't know, man. That future sounds kind of good. No, we don't want to, probing. Well, I'm gonna, I can get down with that. I think we could get down with. No, we're not putting this in the video. No. Oh, I literally have zero idea what I'm doing. Oh, maybe I need a break. Yo, got the cucumber salad. I've got all the stuff. This is the problem. This is the problem, man. This is the problem. You know, like yo, what is it the problem of? I don't know. But oh, wow, what's going on? I think I need to stop drinking for a bit and go sit down. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, add more of that stuff. We need to slice the onions. We're gonna make the salad, cucumber salad. I think it's good to probably like. Oh God! Sometimes I question the decisions I make in my life. Question it so much, and then when you get that moment of clarity, and then you're like, "What am I doing? Is this okay? Is this? I just touched my face with chilies, and now half of my face is on fire. You can't see it, but it hurts. I think really thinly sliced onions would probably be nice for this, so let's try it. something like this, you know, something like that. I can go thinner, but I'll probably go thinner. Let's try. Let's try as thin. Let me try as thin as I can. That's I think this is as thin as I can go by hand. I don't think I can go like thinner than this. It could if I didn't drink. But guys, life's hard. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad to be like, oh shit, this is even thinner. Look at that. Like, yeah, don't worry about like, oh, I'm not doing well, or like, keeping up with the Joneses and trying to see like, hey, is this what I try asking yourself, is that what I really think is important? What is important to me? You know? When I look in the world and I observe, not with emotion, but with logic, you need a little bit of emotion, of course, but I'd say if you have like maybe 70% emotion, 30% logic, I think that's a good amount. Like, you feel alive. 70% is good. You feel alive. You feel like, hey, this is the correct amount for me. You find your balance, right? You find what you want in life. Don't read self-help books. That's just Andrew Tate and with more words, like I'm going to recommend you stuff with more words than that, but go pick up philosophy. Read philosophy. If you're a young man and you're figuring out things you want in your life, go read philosophy. It's like religion, just more pretentious. Because I'm the guy that uses like all the bowls in my kitchen. You see, like what I spoke to you about last episode, where I'm the guy that like uses all the stuff, and yeah, like you can cut your onions like thin, and yeah, if you can't, man, I'm not judging you. It's okay. If you can't do it with this thin, this does add a lot more like eating texture. If you can't, you don't want it to be, because it can be really strong when it's thicker. It's just lightly salted, and then press the liquid out. If you can't get it really thin, you'll remove a lot of the spiciness you get from red onions and the onion breath. I'm not kissing my friend, so I'm good. All right, so more or less, we just gotta cook now. I think that's why I've been very. I'm just gonna take some garlic here because I'm just too lazy. I don't think it needs that much garlic. I'll just take it here. Yeah, and we'll be back when we're ready to cook, and then we'll see. We'll see. So I cranked up my oven to 200, and I think like all these we're gonna go in. We're just gonna roast them in this tray. Got a little hotel pan here, so yes, olive oil. Nothing fancy. You don't need extra virgin. Put as much as you want. I like olive oil, so and then a little bit of Chinese wine. So I don't put too much. I just put like something like this. You want aroma and you want complexity from it, but you don't need. Not trying to make a cocktail here. You're not making a cocktail. Just make space. Salt. Salt it. There's no way you're gonna over salt it from just like this. CIA psyop. Go. And then we roast them until they're nice and brown and like soft, and then we just process it, just blend it, and then we add the fish sauce and all that jazz and blah blah blah, and then we add oh no, we do that later. This one we go first. All right. Oh, I forgot we can put like the whole cloves in here, and then we'll take them out. We'll you know what I mean. We'll take out the skin. All right. So while that's happening, yeah, hope I don't offend anyone saying what I'm saying. So what we're gonna do next is I almost destroyed my entire setup. If you could see, like, I almost broke like the entire arm. And you shouldn't drink while you do this. You shouldn't be drinking, but it won't be as entertaining for me, not for you. Like for me, I'm not doing this for you. I'll be doing it for you, and because you're important to me, that's why I'm doing this. What was I doing again? Oh yeah. So you put the sliced onion. You put them in the bowl. See how the onion is very soft. The onion needs to be nice, because then it will give a little nice sort of thing that you wouldn't know. And then here you got the cucumbers. You see how the cucumbers have been draining. Now they're nice and astringent free. All right, we go in there. We get onions and cucumbers, and then we need a. Hold on, I need to go take my thing. Right now then we I know everyone. I said yesterday like take out the core and take out the core. That's not what you. That's not what you told us. That's not what you. Look! Like stop it. It's life. All right, we got a little paste. We but oh no, no, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, all right, boop. There you go. And then some. Oh, god damn. There you go. Oh, so the salad's kind of inspired by Japan, and Japan has like this sesame cucumber salad, and then Levantine cuisine, the Middle East, North Africa. You know, they share similar regional specialties. They have a salad called fattoush. So this is kind of like a fattoush thing that's Japanesey. You're asking me for explain something I cannot explain. The trick is now that you put so we've put olive oil and then we put date molasses. So these are the liquid runoff from dates. They're if you've had like a brown sugar, almost like molasses, like caramel. You know, if you've had just that, if you know brown sweet stuff. You know, hey, don't go where I think you're going. Palm sugar, coconut sugar, all that sort of have similar taste profiles. I believe if you want to use that, you don't have date molasses, that's completely fine because I don't know where you are in the world and, you know, let's just not go there. Let's just not go there. Feel free to like change things up, you know? Like I said before, I'm not the police. I'm not here to tell you what you can and cannot do. Don't treat women like shit. Okay, I'll tell you that much. Don't treat yourself like shit. Don't treat yourself like shit too. You know, treat yourself with respect. And then when you start treating yourself with respect, yeah. So like my phone overheated, and I had to like turn it off and charge it and do all that stuff. So I added the mint, and I'm kind of late for my dinner party. I think I need to be faster. This is basmati. This is just 1-to-1. Basmati I use 1-to-1. 1-to-1. Some of that salt. Season your rice with a little bit of salt. It does add a nice nuance to flavor. And I'm gonna get this shit out of the way. A little bit of olive oil. Don't cook with good olive oil, my opinion. I think you could probably use slightly cheaper olive oil because you kind of lose all that nice flavor when you cook it. So I wouldn't. I'd stop myself from cooking with good olive oil, you know. And of course, you know. Oh boy, I think we might be running out of gas. I think we might be running out of gas. I just need to cook the rice, and I'm kind of good. And then I need to get a new tank of gas later on, but that's a problem for another day. So I want to mix it up. Cucumber, mint, very nice, very simple, classic flavors that work really well together. Let's get a lime, big lime. And now I zest this bad boy. This is actually like a something we somehow got our hands on caveman lemon, you know, ancient lemon, and then we put it on. I think looks like a lemon. Doesn't smell like a lemon. I think this might be bergamot. Is that bergamot? So we get the flavor out. Once got the flavor out, we press the lemon. We press it very hard. We press until all the juices is out. And then after that we mix. We mix to make sure the salad is properly mixed. Properly. It must be mixed properly. And I'll let it sit because I'm gonna finish it with seaweed and all that, and then that's gonna have. It's already really good. It's not that acidic actually. It's pretty nice. All right, that's it. Oh, hello. Gonna let that sit. I think let's check on what our chilies are doing. Look at that. It looks pretty good. It needs to go for much longer. I hope my phone can maintain power because it ran out of power, ran out of battery halfway through. Then I had to charge it, and now I'm like, what's gonna happen? And then I'm running out of gas. Like, you see how like my life's like double whammy. Everything just like, yeah, it's all mostly my fault. But can't I blame someone else sometimes? Like, can't I just like be like, it wasn't me, it was that guy for once, like, oh, responsibility is hard. And I've just been talking about it for like, the last 10 years. Actually, it's probably nice. Oh, shit. In fact, there's lemon everywhere. That's pretty good. Just went down the wrong hole. Oh. Actually, that's pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty good. Might want to go for another. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, I'm not gonna go for another because I need to. I think we need to cook. Like, yeah, yeah. I think I think we can't drink anymore because my friend's bringing me more. You know, we're gonna get more alcohol, and let's show them like I've changed. Let's deceive them. I think I'm too honest, and that's my biggest fault. And yeah, I'm honest with tact. I'm honest with tact. I'm trying to have more tact, right? Um, so yeah, maybe let's not be dickheads. He's a good friend. Let's not be that weird guy. It's too late, It's too late. It's already on the internet. All right, so I'm sorry, but you're being replaced. We have a special relationship, and I didn't tell you to turn on. I didn't tell you to turn on. Okay, so we're back. Well, pork looks pretty good. Let's see what's it saying inside. It's already cold. Look at that. Like it's already like I think we should have probed it like earlier. Should have been that. Should have been that guy. But what you gonna do about it? I shouldn't have been that guy. I try my best, but I really do. I got like I can't get like my palm sugar syrup out, so let's use this. I'm gonna make a glaze basically. It just came to me. I didn't think about it, but yeah, let's try. Let's do this. Definitely more than this. Okay. It's really tasty. I like this a lot. People go to like other countries and they don't like learn to appreciate other cultures that are not similar to their own. So like date molasses, a little bit of Vietnamese fish sauce because I think sweet, salty, and funky might work really well here. We don't want to put too much because salty and we've already cured the little picky, so we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. Oh, I forgot. Do I still have it? Oh, do I still have it? Did you go moldy? Like not the chili flakes, but where's my sumac? I had sumac at one point. I had sumac somewhere. Sumac? Hello? Sumac, we had a deal. You're not gonna do this again. Oh, no. Apparently, Sumac doesn't like me. I found a note. Sumac said, like, she can't deal with the emotional absence anymore, so she left. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Don't listen, man. Sumac. I'm just don't listen to me. We don't have sumac, so let's just use like a little bit, and let's do some. Let's. All right, all right. I think that's bergamot. I really think that's bergamot. Look, life is complex, guys. Like, don't look at me for all the answers. I'm just trying my best. Ooh, no, it's a bit more. It's got a bit of the funk. Then because we didn't have sumac, we had to add the vinegar. A lot of the it's become a bit too thin because of it. So, but let's try our best. All we're trying to do is cook for some friends. It's a dinner party. You're not trying to There's no stars to be won. There's no accolades to be made. No one's gonna offer you a little quickie after the show. Oh shit! Ooh, it's only in these shows where like you'll see like me making every other channel you go to, man. They've probably tested that recipe out like 60 times, and you're just seeing me being completely like, I'm just mad, dude. I'm just mad. What am I doing? Like, yo, but it works. If it works, like, what am I? What you gonna do when you get all that shit all over your hands and it's in my pants? Oh god. Oh, cloth's pretty wet. I'm gonna scald my hands. Remember, never take anything out from the oven or anything that's above the temperature of boiling water with a wet cloth, because that's how you scald your hands. If your cloth is wet and then you reach into an oven and you touch it, that shit's gonna steam cook your hand. It's gonna steam cook like your flesh. So just careful, like it's happened to me before. That's why I'm not afraid of being burned. So hi, this is more or less what we want. You see how everything is like, oh, that's very hot, kind of nice and soft. Yeah. Oh, I just burned myself. Ow! Oh, final episode. No, you're not. You're gonna burn yourself even more. Yeah. Okay. We sorted the. I accidentally touched the chilies and then I touched my eye. Don't do that. That's not pleasant. So we got the parsley here. We're gonna fold that into the rice. Make a simple little, just olive oil, parsley. Oh, we still have a little bit of the onion left over, right? Aha! Look at that. We still got from the last episode. The last episode was a couple of days ago, So we got this. So we're gonna just put this in and make space. Okay. We're gonna just drop parsley everywhere. A lot more worse than what it was before. We're just gonna make a mess everywhere. Just make a mess. I don't even think I'm gonna cook this because I don't have enough time. But this episodes is just full of like crazy shit. I can't tell what's going on. Even I don't know how my episodes are going to end. So, all right, I kind of know what I have to do. There's not much things left anymore. This needs to go in the oven. This thing needs to be like processed. So, see you in a bit. This is how we're gonna make the macro. Right. These are sisho leaves. They're salted, so we're just gonna use them in place of salt. So they're perilla leaves. Very nice. They're very umami. Find them fantastic. They're usually eaten on rice. But fantastic. We're gonna keep this. We're not gonna throw it away. So this is sort of something like a dressing. You're gonna see what I mean when I do it, or not, because I might not have enough time. On garlic, this video just might stop halfway. That's just how much I care. Okay, well, some of the okay. I think a little bit of I can't find. All right, there you go. This is Chinese black vinegar. It's similar to the Japanese one we use, but this is a lot more punchy. Just a bit. So sardines are really rich, really oily. So obviously you want some balance in there, because if you don't have balance, it's just gonna overpower. So you what you kind of need is something that is. I know it sounds kind of weird, but you need something that's as strong as sardines to hold up to sardines, but you don't want it to completely overpower the sardines. If that makes any sense at all. So this is just gonna be a paste. You see how it's like very rough and like it's just a rough paste. We just make sure all the garlic gets broken down. I've never made this recipe before, by the way, but just mental bank and like having knowledge of like flavors and things I've eaten before. I predict this might work very well. Well, I hope. These are my friends. You don't want to, I haven't seen them in a while. You don't want to be like, hey, you want to try some of these? Like, what is this? I don't know. Like, yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to go there. Let's just taste it and see. That's pretty fucking good. Ooh, with the sardines. That. So now this is how I see it working. A couple of options here. A, I could either toss the sardines in this, and that gets sort of like coated. And then I want to cook them by pouring really hot oil just over them and letting the heat from that bring up the sardines to temperature. I know maybe you don't understand what I'm trying to say. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you. I think this is the best like vessel for me to show you. All right, so let's see if it works. Okay. So these are little black sardines. They've been smoking. I don't have a plate that's big enough, so I'm gonna have to use a pot. That's what happens when you're just cooking for two people, right? And then a third person shows up, and you're like, "How does this work? How do I do things? How do I do? How do I do?" So okay, you see, Bob, you got all this here, okay, and you whoop. You want the skin facing up so that you at least get. You want the hot oil to splatter all over. You want it everywhere. So you see, it's all right. You see a nice little fit here. And this, for me, how I think it's gonna go is we're gonna put this and we're gonna spread this around. Like I said, I've never done this before. I don't even know if this will work. I know based on concept, I know it will work. So we're essentially gonna pour super scorching hot oil all over these boys, and then they'll cook because fish cooks at a lot of seafood cooks around like 50 degrees, which is crazy, right? You'd think they'll cook higher than that, but no, 50 degrees. That's all they do. So by doing this, you want to take out a little bit of the big stuff there. You want to spread it around. There you go. Okay, and then I this guys. I don't think I'm cooking this. I don't think we have this. I think it's a lot of food, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. So I gotta make space because I don't want oil on everything. Even though that's kind of like how just. And then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill it up. We're gonna fill it up with like super neutral oil, as high temperature as you can go, preferably. We don't want to put too much amount of oil in there. Let's say something like this. You just want to you just want to drop it. You'll see what I mean. You can put more, it's better to have more so you don't run out. But you don't want to deep fry it. We're just trying to confit it. Confit. Like I say confit, but like I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Don't throw this away. We're gonna store it. You see, like I don't throw this away. It's very important. So we got the fire going. You're not gonna see a lot of cooking today because it's mostly in the oven. So I just want to show you a rough idea, almost. Let's put some. I think a little bit, not too much. Just it will bloom in the oil. So I don't want it to be like garlicky AF. We just want a nice amount. And this is where you can check the temperature of the oil. I've got 15 minutes before my friends show up, so probably gonna do this. And then we're gonna cook the pork. Might be able to show you all the pictures of the finished dish. We want to bring the oil up to, I'd say, because so this pan is cold. The fish is room temperature. As soon as we pour that hot oil in, it's gonna drop to like, let's say I want to bring it up to 220. My apartment smells like McDonald's, but so we want to bring it up to 220, and then we want to splash the oil over. Ideally, if you're afraid, like it's better to have a spoon. But because this object isn't hot, the fish isn't very hot. Nothing here is really hot. It's going to absorb a lot of heat, and then that's going to just cook the fish in the oil a little bit and really slowly. So let's see. So you see there, you see how the oil is like just smoking everywhere. Hang on, 210. That's pretty good. Turn off the heat so we don't kill ourselves like last time. And then you see, whoa. Just anywhere you might have missed. Yeah, that's it. Don't, no more. No more. And then now you can see, like, I think like it's probably in like look at that, 60s, 50s. Look how much temperature has dropped, right? Look how much has dropped. from like 210. Now it's only like 50, 60, 70 maybe. So now here's the little thing. Now we do this. Now what we're doing here is we're kind of like agitating the sardines, and we're getting the temp up. We're getting the fat out of them as well. And then the fat and the liquid, look at that. We need it to be like around a certain temperature. So I put a bit more. So you don't have to eat all the oil, obviously, it will come out. But I do recommend, if you do this at home, reserve the oil. The oil that comes out of the sardines are frankly quite delicious. Now I think this would have brought up the temperature a little bit more. Now you look at that. Look how it's like around 42. We don't want that. We want a bit more. So if you can find my lid. All right, so I can't find my lid. So, I got to find my lid. Who found the lid? Let it rest. Remember that little green thing with the tomatoes and the chilies? I think this would taste pretty sick. Need salt. Oh, that's good. That is tasty. Just need a bit of salt. I think it needs a little bit of this. Shh. That is way too much. I think I just fucked it up. Oh, we need to make some space. Oh, the pork looks really good, but it's also really hot. So, gotta be a bit careful. Let's see. Let's see how it tastes. It's a bit salty, but it's actually quite good. No, actually, I think with rice and the pork, and I think this just might be perfect. I get lucky sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. But oh, that's nice and spicy. It's like a little So the inspiration is like there's this sort of sambal chili paste, kind of like a condiment that Indonesians eat. This is really good. Called sambal hijau, which is green sambal, and sambal hijau is frankly wicked. Or it's really good. So this is kind of like my interpretation, my idea. I mean, I play with things so much that I don't longer know what I cook with anymore. It looks like a salsa verde as well, so do with that what you will, right? As the rice looks molto bene, looks very good. I'm sorry I can't like blade it up because I want my friends to have everything super fresh. That's very nice. I'm just really afraid to open my oven because, oh god, that's just gonna smoke my entire fucking kitchen out. That might not be a good thing. I do like getting smoked out though. Okay, so we've got the cucumber salad. I think that's a lot of food. So I don't think I'll do the spinach. It's probably a better idea to keep it for tomorrow. Cooking for like my music producer friend. So I'm gonna make like a beef Szechuan. So remember that Szechuan hot pot story? We basically took back the leftover whatever, and yeah, I'm gonna take the leftover and I'm gonna turn it into beef stew. And my phone is falling apart. Oh my god. No way. It's so hot that like my oh my god, there's smoke everywhere. Oh my god, everything is just falling apart. Oh, look at that. Oh, you can't see anything but like the skin's not properly done yet, and everything's falling apart, including my phone. So, all right, life's good, even though everything's falling apart. Life's good. Look at that. That's what my dinner is tonight. Have a good one.